Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in and get comfortable. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Jaleesa, Reading Beyond the Book Cover, where we stay reading beyond the book's cover. Welcome if it's your first time, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm so excited to have you all here to join me in doing the Bootcamp Readathon book tag. I was tagged by the host, Courtney at Tangible Reads. I will make sure that I put her original video down below, as well as tag her username that's on YouTube. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. If you want more details about the Bootcamp Readathon, I'll also make sure that I put the link to her announcement video down below, as well as my own. I'll just put it in the cards above. Just to let you all know what we did this month. The Bootcamp Readathon, it took place between January 1st and January 31st, which is today. Yes, I am cutting it close when it comes to doing this tag. But it was an opportunity, or it is an opportunity, because I'm going to speak into existence. So we're going to be doing this again pretty soon. If not this year, maybe next year. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I'm talking to you, Courtney. But it is from January 1st to January 31st. And it's just to get people to start with some healthy habits at the beginning of the year. In particular, getting through some books, some good books, hopefully, as well as getting your bodies moving. So, exercising and getting your water intake, just healthy habits and being productive. So it was a really great readathon. I had an incredible time. I'm going to go more into how excited I was to take part in and everything in my separate video that I have. It's going to be coming out around the same time as this one. But that's not why we're here. We're here because I am doing the Bootcamp Readathon book tag. So I'm going to go ahead and start. There are 10 prompts, and hopefully I can get through them as quick as possible without holding you all here too long. And hopefully when I tell you my answers, you'll learn something about me. So firstly, it says Dumbbell. That's the first prompt. The most ridiculous book you have ever read. I'm looking to the side over here. So the most ridiculous book that I've ever read is called The Darkness Within by Kayla, Bain. I picked up this book because the cover. I thought the cover was interesting, so I said, let me go ahead and try it out. Started reading the book, didn't know where it was going. It just felt like the author just wrote something based on a feeling, which most authors do, right? But they wrote 26 pages of something that didn't really have much to go on as far as intriguing me to want to read more. I was upset because there were other words they could have used instead of saying fat over and over again. There's other ways to say that someone's fat without saying somebody's fat. Now, I know some people, fat is not a trigger word for some people, and it's not necessarily a trigger word for me, but it kind of says a lot about the person's maturity when it's complete. It's used in the book several times over and over again. If not maturity, then it just goes to show what kind of experience they have when it comes to writing, as well as reading, and maybe even just them as a person. I'm not saying that Kayla is any kind of way. I don't know the person, but at the same time, keep using that word over and over again. I'm thinking something about you. So I will show you over here. I'm going to put a video of what my Instagram quick little blurb was. If you want to go and check it out, you can, or you can just watch it here. And I say that basically I do not recommend this book, and it's the first time I've ever said I don't recommend the book, but yeah, I did not like it. Number 2, Hummer. Talk about someone you know in the military. So I have several family members that are currently in the Navy or in a Coast Guard, and I have uncles that I've served before as well. My father, I don't think I'm pretty sure my father didn't serve, but I'm pretty sure that on my mother's side, I have several uncles that have, but I don't really go into detail about it with them because that's not really a question that I ask. But yes, I do have family members that have served in the military. Class A. The most graphic book you have ever read. So the most graphic book that I ever read was actually in 2023. I read it as part of a book club called the Genre Snaps Book Club, which is ran by Reviews May Vary. Go check out Kenya. She's over there. Love the club. The book is called Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison. That book was my first splatterpunk book, and it's crazy how like the writing is good, but the story is so gory. Well, gory for me. I'm pretty sure other people have a higher tolerance, but wow. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow, it is very graphic. So if you do want to read it, proceed with caution. Okay. Again, Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison. Next, number 4, Burpee, the most challenging book by a BiPOC author. I did not answer this question because I didn't finish the book yet, but what I can say based on the fact that I had to put it down for a little while, the book that I would choose is Tanana Rieu's The Reformatory. That book, at times I forgot to breathe. It's almost like she's able to make it where the reading is immersive. So I felt like I was the characters, being under so much stress from outside events and people and stuff that's happening around them. So I had to put it down because it's like a pretty heavy read. But that goes to show that the writing is really good. So I will be picking it up again pretty soon, just not too soon. So what I mean by that is when I have a lighter month, I will pick it back up because it's a heavy read. Not only is it a big book, because I think it's over 500 something pages, but the content in it is heavy. So yes, that's the most challenging BiPOC book as of now that I can identify as challenging for me. Pull up, number 5, biggest book ever read. So the biggest book I've ever read is Stephen King's It. It is, I think, 1,150 something pages, or maybe more, because I have the paperback. I was reading between, my Kindle and I have the physical book. It's very thick. It took me about 5 years to get through. I like to bite off chunk by chunk. I don't usually sit down and read an entire big book like that at once, but I'm gonna try to do that this year. But yes, it's the biggest book that I've ever read, Stephen King's It, and I enjoyed it. I always tell people that, yes, there are some parts in the book that are a little bit problematic. It may make you think of him in a certain light or a certain way, but if you zoom out and you look at the whole story, it's mostly about friendship, and that's what I like about it. So yeah, Stephen King's It, biggest book I've ever read. Low Crawl, the shortest book ever read. So the shortest book that I've ever read was the same book that was the worst book I ever read, which was The Darkness Within by Kayla Bain. It is 26 pages, $10. Do the math. Why? Not today, Satan. I will not be buying it. I'm still trying to figure out how it ended up in our library, like who suggested it, but at the same time, I'm like, who am I to ask? I'm just being messy. Ignore me. Don't mind me. Next one, Class 6, A Picture from Your Childhood. So I'm going to put a picture up here of me and my childhood right here. Baby Jaleesa. I'm pretty sure I maybe look the same. I have some younger pictures of myself where I do not look like myself. It's like I had to wait until my color came in, because when I was born, I was pretty bright, and then over time I started to develop my color, and I ended up looking like I do now today. But this is me as a child. I feel like most little black girls had this dress, these stockings or socks, some kind of combination like this. Like everybody has a picture like this from the 1990s or 1980s. So yeah, that's me. Let me know in the comments down below if I look the same. I don't know, because I'm just looking at myself. Number 8, Reveille. Is it Reveille? I think so, yes. Summarize the first page of a random book. So I have my Kindle here. Let's see. Let me pick a random. Here, I'm gonna pick As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. So I'm gonna pause here and then I'll come back and summarize the first page the best that I can, okay? All right, I am back. So I just read the first page here from my Kindle of As Long as the Lemon Tree Grows by Zoulfa Katouh. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me see if you can zoom in. Can you see that? I don't know. Anyhow, I'll just put a picture up here. But I actually read more than one page because I was sucked in. But it already sounds like it's gonna make me cry. So basically the first page it opens up with someone looking at a bag of bread that's dry. It's not moldy, but of course it's not fresh. And then 2 shriveled lemons. And the person is talking about how they are reminiscing about how it used to be before military bombs came down on, I'm assuming, where they live at, and when the other things were available in the store. But at that moment, that's the only thing that's available. And as they go to pay for these two items here, the person, the what do you call it, the man at the register, you know, he gives the people a sympathetic look, like, sorry, but like, this is all we have. So it sounds a little bit depressing already. It's giving me don't read without a tissue. So yes, that is As Long as the Lemon Tree Grows by Zoulfa Katouh. Number 9, squats. Do 20 squats in real time. So I had meant to do this video 3 days ago, and I'd already done the squats. So I'm gonna insert squatting Jaleesa here. And after that, I'll come back and then do the final question, which is to tag an unknown booktuber, preferably 3, and then check out the videos and subscribe, which I'm going to tell you which ones I chose. Be back in a sec. Hey, so here it goes, 20 squats. Child, I don't know whether or not the squat form will be okay, but we're gonna do this thing, okay? So, like my leggings. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. 1. I think these are low squats. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to do 6. Am I doing this right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. All right, I'm gonna get back to the other Jaleesa who was not squatting. All right, so yes, them 20 squats, they got me. And I don't know if I did them properly. I'm pretty sure I could have gone deeper, but I did the best that I can for that day. And it felt good to do some squats. My legs felt strong. So if you are watching this right now, I challenge you to do 20 squats, all right? Drop and give, well, not drop and give me 20, but you know what I'm saying. Give me 20 squats. So number 10 was the 10th prompt was which is the last prompt, was to tag an unknown booktuber. Check out a few of their videos and subscribe. So I chose 3 booktubers. The first one is Shay with the Hobbies. I chose them because I was watching a video of Deidra at Shade Tree Reads, and I saw that she was participating in the Missy Elliott Readathon, which is the 3rd annual one this year in 2024. But Shay is the person that is the main host, and then she has co-hosts. So I decided to join that. I'm gonna read the group read. I think they have Out There Screaming, as well as, which is by Jordan Peele, and then the other group read is Delicious Monsters by LaSalle Samberry. So both of those books cover all the prompts that they have. Go check out the videos. You will see what I'm talking about. It looks really fun, very creative, and low stress. I feel like it's very doable. They're gonna be doing sprints and whatnot. But I chose Shay because I got sucked into her, I'm looking to the side because I can't remember from the top of my head, The Black No More by George S. Schuler, I think, or Schuyler, series. She's doing like a series discussing the book and breaking it down even further than they already broke it down when they had the live show on Breathe a Lot of Bookticians page, on her YouTube page. She had a live discussion for the Black Classics. She runs a Black Classics book club, and they read it together and discussed it there. But Shay is going even further, and I got sucked into that. That's why I subscribed to her, because of that, as well as the Missy Elliott Readathon. Then I also subscribed and watched some videos of Shelby and the book club. I had to write this down. One of her videos that I had watched, I resonated with it because her intro. So her intro said, I think my mission in life is to go directly against everything that the book community says. They tell you that rating a book poorly is bad and wrong because it hurts the author's feelings. And I am here today to debunk that. Come in here and sit down. So after she said that, I was like, yes, I see you, you see me. So go and check her out. I enjoy her videos, and it looks like we have almost the same kind of taste in books. And lastly, I chose the same person as Courtney. Her name is Porscheoy, the person, Porscheoy at Mrs. Malcolm Hughes. And I chose her because I had a very difficult time finding booktubers that are either bilingual or are Spanish speaking, excuse me. And so sorry, the air condition came on because it's cold over here. But I chose her, yes, because one, we have similar tastes in books. And there are some books that I haven't heard of that I saw on her page. And then, like I said, I also saw that she has a goal that's almost the same as me, which is to be able to read a book, a large book or a chapter book completely in Spanish. Right now I'm still a beginner. I think that she's maybe a B or a C when it comes to the levels, because she's able to fluently speak Spanish when she's speaking on her channel. And the book that she chose is a difficult book in English to me. So doing it in Spanish, she was like, wow, you're advanced. You got this. So I added her, or I subscribed to her, because I feel inspired to continue with my language learning, specifically when it comes to Spanish, because my ultimate goal is to be able to read a book, a big book in Spanish. Yeah, I would tag some people. I was, but because it's the last day, I'm not going to. I think that's I'm making an executive decision not to tag anybody when it comes to doing this tag. But next year, look out, because I most likely will tag you. What I'll do is I'll just use this video, put your name in there, and then add something at the end. Just an idea. So I'm like looking far in the future. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you learned something new about me as far as my taste in books, or how I feel about books, why I choose certain booktubers. There's other ones that I wanted to give honorable mention, but this video is already 15 minutes long or more, so I'm gonna stop there. But just look out if there are any other videos that come out when it comes to a book tag. I will be tagging these people, I promise you. I don't think I have anything else to say. So thank you for sticking out with me, or hanging out with me, actually, not sticking out. And as I always say, drink your water, mind the business that's yours, and continue reading beyond the book's cover. I hope you have a good one. Bye.